Welcome back to the Capital Mindset Show. Today we're going to be talking about Amazon and talking about why I'm so bullish on this business, okay? So if you heard me talk about it in previous live streams or shows, etc., you probably know the spiel, but I'm going to be breaking it down, again, maybe a little bit more detailed, maybe you'll like this, but why do I like this company so much? And shout out to Kingdom Finance, who's been converted to the Amazon cause, because he used to have a bet with me against Amazon, but now it looks like he's, so shout out to you. I'll probably see you in the comment section, and check us out on the next episode of You Will Lose Everything. It's a ironic title, but Amazon is reporting earnings tomorrow or today, depending on when you're watching this video. Maybe if you're watching it in the far future, it's already happened. But point being, Amazon been accumulating it. The community already knows this, but I'm letting you guys know here out on YouTube, and I'm going to be discussing why, okay? So Amazon's a company that I feel like it's misunderstood. It's always misunderstood. A lot of the growth CapEx, it's always punished for it. People say it has no cash flows, no cash flows. Growth CapEx is a thing, and you don't want to punish a company for it. So if you really break down all that growth CapEx, similar to what I talked about in the Meta video, go check out the Meta video, by the way. I talk about how, well, they're not going to have to spend over and over and over forever into the future, again, the same amounts of money. They're not going to build a UPS and a FedEx over and over and over again. At some point, the infrastructure is built out, and that CapEx spent, guess what happens? It comes down. It comes down. So there's a bunch of other acquisitions that we can talk about, other things they're getting into, but let's break down Amazon into the key components. We have AWS, the cash cow part of the business, that they can use the cash flows from this business to fund other projects. Then you have the other component of the business, which is up and coming, right? The Amazon ads. More on this later. Then you have the retail segment that everyone knows Amazon for. When you go on Amazon, you go, oh, I want to buy this product, all right? And you go buy the product, it's delivered to your door. Okay, so they have that component of the business. They also have, let's say, the inner robotics portion of the business. They have an AI division. They have pretty much everything. They build their own semiconductors, for Pete's sake. So let's talk about the Amazon advertising. This is the pinnacle. This is where all the puzzle pieces, I feel like, fit together. So Amazon ads is the fastest growing business inside of Amazon by far at the current scale that it's at. Okay, so basically, I think in about 5 years, it will be larger than Meta is today in Meta's advertising business, which is insane. That's insane. Like, there's very few companies that can say, I'm building out this business, and in 5 years, it'll be one of the largest businesses out there in the entire world. Just casually, just doing it. That's Amazon. They can do stuff like that. So again, it's all been enabled by AWS in that sense. So when you go on Amazon.com, try it out. Walk through this exercise with me. Okay, go on Amazon.com. Type in a product, whatever you want, whatever product you're looking to buy right now. Just type it in right now in your browser. Okay, what do you see? Well, you see a bunch of that product. The search engine of Amazon is working in its favor and showing you all the products that you might want to buy. Well, look at the top. Do you see any sponsored ones? Do you see any Amazon's Choice? Do you see any of those? Do you see any ones coming up first? So the selection that comes up first, well, someone's paying for that. And let's break that down for a second. So you went on Amazon.com and you're looking to buy a blanket. And then I'm a blanket seller. So then I want to say, that person wants to buy a blanket. Put me right in front of them now, and I'll pay a lot more. I go on YouTube or maybe Instagram, but Instagram is shopping video. I go on YouTube and I click on a video. I want to watch this person's video. Oh, all of a sudden I get a crypto exchange video. Okay. I'm not a crypto guy. That's a waste of money. But they don't know that. They just see me watching finance and they're categorizing, they're hoping that they can get me. So sometimes, a lot of times, YouTube advertising, this is maybe something you haven't heard of yet, or a concept you haven't thought about it yet. So I hope to spark this thought process within you. Maybe a lot of advertising is showing you something that you don't know you want yet, okay? And that is a more risky form of advertising, but you do it, expansively. You do it to a lot of people. It's not as targeted as you might think. It is targeted to some extent because you can tell, okay, I like finance content, I like this, I like that, and you can advertise certain things to me, but a lot of those things I don't want them. So it's kind of like, oh, maybe we can show this to him and he will want it, and he never knew he wanted it. I didn't even know that existed. With Amazon, I know I want a blanket. I am there on the website. I am looking to spend money. I want to spend money. I'm going to leave that website with a blanket, whether it's that guy's blanket or that guy's blanket. I don't care. I'm going to leave there with a blanket. That's a very valuable customer for advertising. It's a very valuable target. Okay, so that's what Amazon has in spades. So at the end of the day, Amazon retail is there for you to be there as a place to go there. So if you look at the acquisition they made on the healthcare space, the pharmaceutical division, now you can get your drugs from Amazon. That's great. That's fantastic. So you can get all your medical equipment, not all of it, but you can get slowly but surely more and more stuff from Amazon.com. Gives you more of a reason for data, advertising. What's Alexa? Alexa is like a miniature assistant search engine thing that I can ask questions to. Oh, and by the way, like I said in the Meta video, which again, go check that out. You think Amazon doesn't have a version of ChatGPT? Again, I've used the product, tested a product for a friend of mine that has a startup, and I think that theirs is better than ChatGPT's. There's a lot of products very similar to ChatGPT's out there. It just depends on who has, you could say, the scale to maintain such infrastructure. But Amazon has something, I can guarantee you that. And it's really funny is that you already have an Alexa in your house, and they're working on it, but you will one day be able to ask Alexa a lot more complicated tasks, and it will be able to do so in a different way than you could ever imagine. So the interaction with Alexa, this is actually, if you ask me, the true threat to Alphabet in a lot of ways is something like virtual assistants like Alexa. So this is why Google also invested heavily in the Google Assistant, and Google will not take this laying down. So my investments are all going to start fighting each other at some point. But one thing about advertising, and I don't know if you've heard me say this before, but it will be larger than Meta's advertising in 5 years' time. I really believe that. I'll be surprised if it's not. It could not be. They might, fumble at some point, but I foresee it being larger than Meta's advertising 5 years out minimum. 5 years out. They could achieve that sooner, but 5 years out minimum. Very few companies on this planet can just say, oh, I'm just going to build another company in my company that's going to be one of the largest companies on this earth. Oh, I'm just going to do that. Yeah, very few companies can do that. All right. Name me some companies that can do that. We have, again, the Microsofts of the world, the Apples of the world. Apple really doesn't build any businesses anymore, but they have the legacy business, and that's fine. They can do that really well, and they have. Look how big they are. But Microsoft does that. Meta is doing that. Alphabet kind of does that, but you have the graveyard of Alphabet that they kill everything, and Amazon does that. So really fantastic to really see. And there's other companies that obviously will do this in the future and have done this. The spawners, as the super investors like to call it, the spawners. Amazon is another spawner, and they will create more spawn businesses. So the robotics division in Amazon is one of the, if not the best. They just don't advertise it. You have no idea what they have, okay? They are absolutely insane what they have. They don't share it. They don't sell it. There's other startup companies that are all trying to build products, but the best talent gets pushed and it gets taken to Amazon. The warehouse automation technology that Amazon has is absolutely astronomical. Now, that takes me into the iRobot acquisition. They're not buying it for the robots. Please, everyone, stop saying that. I know, Kingdom, I'm looking at you. You're probably saying that in the comments just to troll me, because I know you know that triggers me a little bit. But no, they're not buying robotic vacuum cleaners. No one cares about the robotic vacuum cleaners. What they really do care is the data. They want the data, and with that data, they can turn that into gold, because it all fuels into the advertising business, okay? So breaking it down again, you got AWS, cash cow, builds the infrastructure of retail. Boom, you got retail. They build this out. There's no reason for you to go anywhere else. You want to shop, you go retail. Boom, they got groceries, they got pharmaceuticals, they got your basic stuff, electronics, etc. And it's still going to be competitive. That doesn't mean they kill Walmart. That doesn't mean they kill Target. That doesn't mean they kill Best Buy. That doesn't mean they kill all these things. That means they become a very dominant player. And then boom, they have you there. Then they can advertise to you, okay? They offer you a lot of products for a great deal, such as the smart home features of Alexa. It's one of the cheapest ones. Fire TV, pretty much everywhere. They get into your car. A lot of cars integrate with Alexa. You can tell your Ford Mustang, for example, to heat up, turn on, because it's connected to Alexa. They had that partnership for a while. You have also Google partnering, for example, the likes of Volvo, etc. But a lot of these partnerships you'll see, and they'll build out their own ecosystems. Amazon really does have leaps and bounds, kind of more influence right now in the space than the others, but we will see. And the newer products that they are developing, it's kind of insane with their, more attachments for security, like ring systems for your car. So again, they're really getting into that. A lot of the partnerships they're making with home builders to already integrate the smart home features into the homes. And you think, why are they doing this? Well, if you really break it down, I'm trying to basically simplify Amazon to 3 businesses that you want to pay attention to: AWS, retail, and advertising. That's it. Everything else supports one of those businesses. And in reality, AWS really supports the retail supports the ads. All of them build like a flywheel effect. So absolutely phenomenal business. So what have I done here? I have accumulated a decent portion of Amazon within the portfolio, not to its former glory, but it's definitely now a meaningful position within my portfolio. And I'm really excited for what the earnings are going to entail. This video might age poorly, but I think it's going to be a layup. I think what the setup is now, the sentiment, the roaring sentiment, we saw what happened with Meta. I don't know, the market could be crashing right now as we speak, as you're watching this video on Thursday. I have no idea. But for now, for what I know right now, as I'm sitting here, the market is very excited, and Amazon basically just to come out and say a couple things. The key words that you want to hear from Amazon, or what the market wants to hear from Amazon, is we're reducing CapEx. If they say those words, we're reducing CapEx, then, oh boy, this company is just, the stock price is going to move. But I'm very confident in this business for the longer term. And it's one that in light of other people really dunking on it, I was like, why? What did this company do to you? This company's a fantastic business. It is difficult to value, just like Netflix is kind of difficult to value. I think Netflix is one of the most difficult companies to value. Granted, absolutely. It's almost like evaluating like a bank. But I do believe that this is a fantastic business. I never thought I would see a day where that's almost quasi a hot take, but it is in some circles, I guess. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I laid out the bullish thesis on Amazon. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like. If you think it's valuable enough for, maybe you want to share this video with other people or something to kind of tell them, hey, this is why this is the bullish take on Amazon, etc. Blah, blah, blah. Here you go. Feel free to do so. And yeah, again, I'll see you down in the comment section below if you have any questions, you want to interact with me. But other than that, I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.